national overview. The United States is moving through a slow, bureaucratic version of what other countries did loudly. Consolidation of power using public safety, domestic extremism, stability, and border/national renewal. Language as the carrier. None of that is new. What is new is the tech, the layer, and the culture being fused to make dissent look not just criminal, but insane. That's the play. Isolate, delegitimize, and neutralize. You were told it would come wearing boots. It came wearing policy memos, task force, pilot programs, and partnerships with other platforms. Current operating environment. The digital space is compromised. Not in the Hollywood way. No one is sitting there reading every line you write, but in the automatic pattern way. Pattern matching, network mapping. You don't need to be important to be mapped. You just need to be connected to someone they think is important that's already living. Narratives as preloaded. Anyone warning about authoritarian drift, corporate capture, Christian nationalism, or extrajudicial detentions is already slotted into pre-written buckets, fear-mongering. Foreign influence. Potential insider threat. You are being categorized before you speak. Artificial intelligence at the NSA level is monitoring every decision you have 24 hours a day, and it cannot be stopped. The only thing you can do is limit the information it collects. All electronics with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth capability, not essential to everyday living, must be unplugged and stored together in a room with an AM/FM radio playing loudly enough to drown out noise from adjacent rooms. Covering the camera on the backs of your phone is the best thing you can do to prevent AI from mapping your home, your routines, etc. Your phone is always listening, every call, every conversation. When it sits on the table in front of you, when it's turned off, it's listening. Public will is exhausted. Most Americans are not stupid. They're tired. Tired people don't fight systems. They adapt to them. That's why nothing big catches on. The system has successfully convinced you that survival is individual and not collective. Why we have decided to step back. Because there is a point where telling the truth in public stops being courageous and starts being strategically done. Here's the math. The public, by and large, will not act until pain is personal. The infrastructure to monitor, flag, retroactively criminalize speech is now mature. Our continued open source warnings increase exposure for me, everyone I work with nationally, but do not proportionally increase public readiness. That's a bad ratio. So I'm saying this clearly. The personal threat to me, my associates, and those I love now outweighs the benefit of trying to wake up people who, for whatever reason, won't take basic preparedness or defense seriously. This is not surrender. This is movement from overt to discreet. What you actually need to know. You didn't need the conspiracy charts. You needed these 5 realities. Authoritarianism in the United States as law and order, mental health, homelessness, immigration control. Those 4 lanes give government the ability to remove people from public space without popular support if it can be labeled disordered, transient, unstable, or potentially violent. You can be disappeared administratively. We have lost 9 colleagues we have been missing for at least 7 weeks. Financial pressure will be used as a behavioral tool. Payment processors, insurance banking, and employment screenings will quietly become the enforcement arm. You won't get arrested for your beliefs. You'll get priced out, deplatformed, flagged, told you no longer meet criteria. Data will be permanent. Everything you said in 2020 through 2025 that they told you was free speech can be reread in 2027 under new risk framework. That's why I'm wiping what I can. Not because I said anything wrong, because I know for an absolute fact we have crossed the line from authoritarianism to fascism. Your neighbors are now the most critical variable of your survival. Not your party, not your favorite influencers, not the election. If you cannot sit in a room with people who disagree with you and still protect each other from the state or corporate overreach, you will be isolated and you will fold. No cavalry is coming for you. We have lost our chance at that. There is no secret group inside the government that will step in at the last second and fix it, because this isn't who we are. What we are is exactly what we're showing. I don't believe I am breaching any classified intelligence when I tell you that our signature reduction program, the single largest part of America's intelligence, is activated and working solely on target analysis with the assistance of foreign contractors inside of the United States. On solutions, the parts nobody wants to talk about. This is the part that got the most pushback. Real solutions require real risk. People wanted the magic version. Tell me how to resist without losing my job, my friends, my platform, my safety, or my comfort. That doesn't exist. So here are the only solutions I will put today. Build local, lawful style networks that can operate if platforms go dark. Learn to verify information offline and from people you actually know. Practice communication level defense of rights. Use existing laws, public record, council meetings, FOIA, litigation, watchdog organizations. Refuse to participate in dehumanization campaigns, left, right, religious, immigrant, LGBTQ+, whoever, because that's the pretext for removal. Document everything now while you still can. Anything beyond that gets into territory I'm not going to publish, because I am not handing anyone an operations manual to paint people as insurgents. That's how they win. Wiping your digital fingerprint and pushing info through offline drops. That is the correct direction of travel for anyone who still intends to move information without getting 100% mapped. I will not outline methods here. If you are reading this and you still care, assume public channels for narrative only. Private channels, temporary. Physical channels are slow but real. That's how you stay ahead of the system that wants everything logged and searchable. My final assessment. You were warned about the economic squeeze. You were warned about political safety being used as a net. You were warned about algorithmic isolation. You were warned about the normalization of treating political opponents as enemies of the state. You were warned that once the architect is built, elections don't undo it. You didn't need another video. You needed to believe the first 10. So here it is on the record. We have passed the window to use our numbers as strength and resistance. All Americans must now realize that the only path through very hard times and any social strength can't be rebuilt without events happening. You are entering a phase of American history where being dissent to each other at the neighborhood level will matter more than whatever culture war you were drafted into online. If you don't build that now, you will stand alone later. And standing alone is exactly how people disappear quietly. This is my last broad blast. Not because the threat disappeared, but because it grew, and because too many of us still think this is content. This channel has never been content. It has been the actual resistance that has been effective over and over again on a small scale. But we can no longer work on the small scale and not be unalived. Whiskey Alpha Actual out.